The night was thick with tension as the city lights flickered below. For most, it was just another night in a place that never truly slept. But for Cade Sinclair, it was the night that would change everything. Cade had been hired to kill the man who ruled the empire, Victor Blackwood, the reclusive billionaire who controlled the largest conglomerate in the world. His name was whispered in boardrooms and luxury penthouses, a figure so powerful he was almost untouchable. But Cade had never cared about power. He cared about the job, the money, and the thrill of the kill. The plan was simple: one clean shot, then disappear into the shadows. No one would know he had been there. No one would suspect a thing. But as he stood outside Blackwood's penthouse, the barrel of his silenced rifle aimed at the window where the billionaire was rumored to be, something felt off. He couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to this than just a typical hit, something deeper, something that didn't belong. Cade adjusted his position, double-checking the scope. The faint hum of the city below, the distant echo of a car alarm, it all felt too quiet. As the seconds ticked by, the lights inside Blackwood's penthouse flickered, and then Victor Blackwood appeared at the window, standing there, completely unaware of the impending danger. For a moment, Cade hesitated. He'd done this before, he'd killed before, but this wasn't just a job. There was something personal about this. Blackwood wasn't just any billionaire. He was a man who had built his wealth off of secrets, off of manipulating people, off of crushing anyone who stood in his way. Cade steadied his hand, his heart beating faster than usual. With a slow breath, he pulled the trigger. The shot echoed in his ears, but the aftermath felt eerily silent. Blackwood fell, his body crumbling to the ground like a puppet with its strings cut. It was over. So Cade thought. As he moved swiftly through the building's service tunnels, a strange sense of unease lingered. He had done it. The mission was complete. The payment was secured. Yet, something gnawed at him, like a whisper on the edge of his consciousness. There was more to this hit than he had been told. He reached the underground garage, slipping into the shadows, and headed toward his car. But then, his phone buzzed. It was a message from an unknown number. "You're not done yet." His breath caught in his throat. The message was simple, but the weight of it slammed into him with the force of a sledgehammer. What did that mean? His instincts kicked in, the hairs on the back of his neck standing up. He had been hired to take down Victor Blackwood, but who had hired him, and why did it feel like they were playing a game far bigger than he had realized? He stepped out of the car, looking around the dark streets. The quiet hum of the city had never felt more ominous. He tried to shake it off. This was just business, but the message lingered. That's when he saw it, a flash of movement in the corner of his eye. Someone was following him. Cade's hand instinctively moved to his sidearm, but he hesitated. This wasn't part of the plan. He turned sharply, and there, standing under the flickering streetlight, was a woman. She was dressed in all black, her eyes hidden by the shadow of her hood, but something about her presence was almost predatory. "Who are you?" Cade asked, his voice low but steady. The woman didn't answer. Instead, she stepped forward, holding out a thick envelope. Her lips parted slightly, revealing a glint of metal. A silencer, the same type Cade used. "Take it," she said simply. Cade eyed her suspiciously but took the envelope from her. As soon as his fingers brushed against it, he could feel the weight of something more than just paper inside. A photo slid out. The picture was blurry, but it was unmistakable. It was of Blackwood, not in his penthouse, but in a much darker setting, surrounded by men in suits, all of them holding on to something Cade had never seen before. A ledger. The words written across the top of the photo chilled him. "This is just the beginning." The woman spoke again, her voice like ice. "You didn't just kill a billionaire. You killed the man who controlled everything, and now the truth is about to come out." Cade's head spun. What truth? Before he could ask, the woman vanished into the night, leaving him standing alone with the envelope and the question he couldn't shake. Why had Blackwood been killed? What was hidden in that ledger? As Cade stood there staring at the mysterious photo, he realized the kill had been a setup, a dangerous game of power and deception. Blackwood had been just a pawn, and the truth was darker than he could have ever imagined. And now, Cade was tangled in a web of secrets far beyond anything he had ever been prepared for. There were no more shadows for him to hide in, no more easy answers. The game was far bigger, and the stakes much higher. This wasn't just about money anymore. It was about survival. And Cade Sinclair was about to find out just how deep the rabbit hole went. As the story unfolds, Cade finds himself hunted, not only by the shadows of his past, but by the people who want to bury the truth Blackwood had been hiding. Each move he makes leads him closer to uncovering a conspiracy so vast that even he might not survive the truth. The Billionaire was just the beginning.